Hello everybody and welcome to the Daily Review, episode number 235 for Monday, October 19th, 2009. And the film I'm going to be reviewing for you guys today is the highly anticipated Where the Wild Things Are. This film is directed by Spike Jonze, who you guys would probably know from countless music videos. He also did the two Charlie Kaufman films, Being John Malkovich and Adaptation. Both of those I like quite a bit. Adaptation I think is absolutely brilliant. If you haven't seen Adaptation, check that one out. Where the Wild Things Are stars Max Records, Catherine Keener, and a very small part from Mark Ruffalo. There's also voice acting from James Gandolfini, Paul Dano, Chris Cooper, and Catherine O'Hara. And Where the Wild Things Are is about a kid named Max who feels very out of place. His sister kind of ignores him. His mom has a new boyfriend and she's not really showing him as much attention. He gets very angry one day and runs away from home and sets sail on this ship to this island where the wild things are. And he kind of becomes friends with these big giant beast looking things and basically lives out every childhood fantasy that most kids have. Where the Wild Things Are is probably one of the only films that I've maybe ever seen that captures childhood and what it's like to be a kid so well. I think there's a few things that people should know going into this if you haven't seen the film already. And one of them is that Where the Wild Things Are is not your traditional children's film. And from talking this over with many of my friends, I don't even know if it is a children's film. I mean, it's about childhood, and it's about what it's like to be a kid, but I don't think this film is for kids, really. I think that kids are going to understand certain themes and topics that the film deals with, but I think it's a very mature and a very adult movie about childhood, if that makes any sense at all. I also think people should also know that the film isn't going to follow that same generic film structure. There's not a lot that happens in the movie, and by that I don't mean that there's not really a plot or like a driving force to the plot for Max. He's not trying to go from place to place, or there's not progression as far as that goes. I think it's more just a character study of this kid and the emotions that he goes through and kind of the symbolism and metaphors that occur on this island where the wild things are. I think that there are going to be two camps of people that are either going to really like this movie a lot and really connect with the character of Max, and then there's going to be those people who just don't get it, I think. And I think there's going to be, which is fine, but I think there's people that are not going to be able to tap into that inner child within them and feel the same emotions. I was not one of those people. I love the hell out of this movie. I think that what Spike Jonze has taken, which is such a small, I believe the book is only 10 sentences long, and he's taken that and just made almost like an expressionist piece, just like this really emotional and heartfelt piece of art that really shows what it feels like to be a kid and how being a child can be so fun and so full of joy, and at the same time there are those moments where fun can turn to danger or fear, or just purely being scared and terrified, and I think that's kind of what the film represents. I think the final probably 5 minutes to this film are truly say so much without really saying anything, which I always love in a film. I think the first probably 20 minutes of this film are absolutely brilliant. Just the style and the way that it opens with a very small sing-song Max, who sounds very calm, singing, and then it like smash cuts to him chasing his dog throughout his house and just growling and barking, and it's very chaotic in the beginning, but it comes across so well done. My only problem with the film is that I think that it's about 10 minutes too long. I think that if it had been a little shorter, there's some scenes on the island that take place that I think feel like they go on for a little too long, and I think the audience would have gotten the point had it been a little shorter. I think it would have been a near perfect film. All that being said, though, I absolutely loved Where the Wild Things Are. I ate it up, if that's a terrible joke to make right now. I give Where the Wild Things Are a very, very, very strong 4 out of 5. I think it's a film that that should be seen, and I think Spike Jonze has done an excellent job with the source material and really made this kind of dark, emotional film about childhood, which spoke to me. Anyway, thank you guys very much for watching. I'll be back tomorrow with another one for you.